Welcome
Time
to
In the Know with high-profile real estate executive Tom Diller. This show covers everything about today's market, from real estate, lending, investing news, market news, and more. The greatest thing is, hear from real estate market insiders and the market's movers and shakers. Be in the know with Tom Diller. Without further ado, here is the host of our show, Mr. Tom Diller.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us on KQCK Live in beautiful Santan Valley. Beautiful suburb of Queen Creek and the gateway to Eloy.
You even forgot you had an intro today, didn't you?
You know, I thought bad me. I thought you were going to forget the intro, so I jumped in there and caused like a double faux pas.
Talk about giving me the benefit of the doubt, huh?
I did not give you the benefit of the doubt.
It's okay, Tom.
Yes. Thank you for joining us. It's going to be a nice night again. We have a wonderful guest that's down the street somewhere on Hunt Highway. Hopefully he'll be here in just a few minutes, and that's Mike Garland with Toma Partners, talking about what to look for in real estate agents and a little bit about what their boutique companies
I've got great news for your fans out there.
Let's hear that great news.
I just got all the new computer parts in today for our brand new supercomputer.
Super-duper computer.
For our 1080p cameras, and if this doesn't work for them, there's no such thing as high def.
Nice. You know, every time I walk in here, you've got like 3 more monitors.
I ordered the newest Intel processor, the best video card I could possibly get. This thing's got so much. It could probably run every library in the state of Arizona just for one computer.
The i8 Platinum Plutonium supercharged turbo.
Superman's not even allowed to be around this processor because it acts as kryptonite.
It's going to be in a glass case, right?
It is, yeah.
Very nice.
How did you know that?
That's how you roll. That's I noticed your arm there, or your wrist. It's looking pretty a little sad.
It sucks.
It's looking kind of sad.
It hurts.
What happened to you there, Joe? Did you fall down on your skateboard or something?
No, I was when I was rollerblading off the roof onto my surfboard into the pool. Somebody hit me with a barbed wire bat, and from the other side I got hit with some fluorescent light bulb tubes.
Nice.
And my wrist was the only thing that got injured.
That's what you guys do out here in Santan Valley on the weekend when there's nothing to do, right?
We make our own videos.
Yeah. Absolutely. Mr. Mike Garland's here, and we got a seat right over here for you, sir. Just get seated, and we'll get you going in just a couple seconds here. But once again, this is In the Know with Tom Diller, KQCK Live. We have our guest just getting plugged in. Mr. Mike Garland, how you doing this evening?
Excellent. How are you?
Good. Thanks for driving all the way out. You got a suit on. Look at you.
Well, I left the tie off. I figured since we're out in the rural area, we can live without a tie.
You know, a lot of people feel once they come in one time, they feel like from then on they have to wear a suit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I'm in my shorts right now, and my
well, they can only see you from the shirt up, so nobody knows you're wearing just your boxers.
But I've got my KQCK blue suit on, or a shirt at least.
And you're looking good in it, I say.
Thank you.
Not to mention your cover photo that you put all over Facebook this week. Huh?
You know, I printed out. Could you do me a favor? Could you upload a bigger one? Because I went ahead and printed a 20 by 30 for my wall of that one. But
nice.
When I printed the real one I wanted to do, like the size of the sofa, it was a little bit grainy.
Resolution just wasn't there.
Right.
Oh, I see it's several people's screensaver now, and I won't mention their names.
From what I hear, it went viral.
It did go viral. You know, special thanks to a gentleman from Pix and Design. His name is Joe Sade, and he does wonderful headshots. So if you need professional headshots, contact me or Joe, the producer here, and we can get you Joe, the photographer's information. But he's out of Scottsdale, and he's just a wonderful guy, and he does a great job, doesn't he?
He really does, yeah.
Good.
Nice guy, too.
He is. So, Mike, we didn't get a chance to talk before the show, but you know what?
Why was that?
I don't know. You're because you're driving from
downtown
Biltmore area.
It was just an hour.
Just a full hour?
For future reference. Yeah.
Okay, I said 45 minutes, so you're 15 minutes late because of me.
He's not late.
No, he's right on time.
Perfect.
5:02. There we go. We chatted earlier, and we had you on a couple months ago, and you're such a wonderful guest. Great information about the valley, the market, how things are going. We thought we'd have you back.
We keep your mug right over there, by the way.
It is over there. That's
and right. I do that for protection so nobody takes it.
Oh, wait.
We get some,
step back a second. He's got a lot of stuff to give out tonight, so let's throw out the phone number, 480-745-1033. So if you want to call in, Mike's going to start talking a little bit about the economy, what he sees in the market, a little bit about what Toma Partners is doing. So, again, if you want to call in to ask Mike or myself, again, I'm Tom Diller. I'm with First American Title Insurance Company. The phone number here is 480-745-1033. So tell us about the market.
Can I jump up and grab you a drink first, though?
You know, I'd love just a glass of water would be perfect.
Get your bottle.
Shot of bourbon.
There you go. Oh, is that what's in this?
I know what that code meant.
That's right. Straight bourbon is. What are you seeing out there, Mike?
What do you want to know about?
Tell us about what you know.
That's a loaded question. You know, big changes, right? Big changes in the market. A lot of ways, depending on the price range of the homes. But for sure, if you're looking in the 100, 200, even 300,000 price range, you better have cash, or you have to have a strong offer because you're going against some cash buyers.
So the cash buyers have moved up in the price brackets. Before it was like 125 or below. I mean, it started off like 80-ish, 60 to 80. Find them, fix them, flip them, get rid of them, sell them, or keep them. Now they're moving up in the higher brackets because the smaller ones are gone. All right.
The smaller ones, they're still there, but there's so much competition.
Sure,
they move fast, and people that have a loan, they're just stuck. You know, they just can't compete. And if people that's selling the house, sometimes they're not investors; they're just regular sellers.
Right.
Who are they going to sell to? Somebody with a loan that maybe they can qualify. Maybe the loan company will see the appreciation in the neighborhood or not, and praise it. Or somebody's got cash and say, hey, I don't even have any conditions, I'll buy it.
So what does a buyer do in this case? So certainly there's going to be multiple bids. So how do you prepare a buyer to say, hey, we're going to look at a couple houses. There's probably going to be 50 bids on that thing. What do you got to do to jump in there and get that property?
You got to get a kickback realtor, and I know a firm that has those. And somebody's got to be very dedicated to be right on those offers. Now, you can get those offers. They can be had. I don't want to paint a totally bleak picture. But you have to have your financing straight. And you have to have a realtor that's willing to get on the phone right away with the realtor for the listing realtor. Right. Say, hey, what's the situation here? Is there a chance that I can even get in? And if there's a chance, develop that relationship and make it happen.
So let's talk about the secret back room stuff. Does that happen? Do you call up your realtor and you know him? You say, I know this listing agent. I'm going to offer him a good dinner, and I'm going to tell him, take our offer. Does that happen, or is that illegal? I mean, talk about the legality of 20 offers and say they're all within $1,000 or more. I mean, they're very close.
Right.
What's the law on that? How do you pick the best offer? I mean, I always hear the word highest and best. What does that truly mean?
Well, I think that I'm not going to get into the legalities of it because I don't want to get into places that I'm not sure about. But I will tell you this. It's fine to call up the other realtor and say, hey, this is a story. Give them the story of your client. Say, hey, this is a fine family. This is a fine lady with 3 kids, whatever the story is. And they are going to be dynamite, and they really love that house. Paint the emotional picture to that realtor that they can, in turn, give to the person who owns the house.
So that does play into it.
It'll have it many times. It can have a factor.
Yep. We already got a call in, so it was a. Whoop, Joe's off air there.
There we go. It was just a simple question. It was Lisa from Gilbert. Thank God I could remember. I didn't have a pen in my hand. What are the giveaways tonight?
The giveaways is 1 week in Hawaii with Mike or me. You have a choice. No, actually, you brought a bag full of goodies. I saw you walk in with.
He left me out because I didn't want to fund the plane fare.
Or Joe.
If you want to walk.
If you want to walk. You brought some really cool coffee cups and some other things.
Bring them out, or
put them on the table over here, and we got something extremely special. So thank you. Was that Lisa who called in?
It was Lisa. Whenever you say there's giveaways, usually somebody calls.
Absolutely.
And you know what? I would. I mean,
I would too.
It's a valid question.
Why not? But call in with a good question. Now we actually have a couple of free attorney consultations. So here's the qualifications: if you're a homeowner in Arizona, or do you want realtors too, or just homeowners to call in?
Either or.
Okay, so if you're a realtor that wants to call in on behalf of your client or for yourself to sit down to chat with one of the attorneys, that would be a cool thing. So we're giving away how many consultations?
We have two consultations.
2 consultations and a bunch of swag?
Some swag.
Swag.
We have consultations with Nat Nicoli, who he's an in-house lawyer for the Toma Partners firm. He's very experienced in negotiating the deals. He's got a great strength and personality with him, and also good wisdom.
He's got wisdom.
Wisdom on knowing when to negotiate and when not to. But
he
deals with the banks. He's been doing it for years now. He's great. He's been a great asset for our firm.
Excellent. We're going to throw out the phone number one more time because, come on, definitely these things are worth several hundreds of dollars, right?
Usually
for these
$150,
things.
maybe $250, $100
right.
to $250.
Right.
He'll spend the time with you, and I've known him even before he was at the firm. He had a great reputation before we made the link.
Right. I've heard stuff about him as being the gentleman attorney. I've heard that he's just a nice guy. I met him the other day, shook his hand, and he just seemed like a young kid, and he was all happy and smiley. I mean, I could tell he's just a really warm guy. But again, the phone number, 480-745-1033. Again, calling for some nice swag or for a couple of free consultations. So we're talking about the market and what happens when there's multiple bidders and the ability for the realtor to get a rapport with the listing agent. Now, actually, I heard a story a couple weeks ago from a buddy of mine that's a lender who's buying a short sale. He said the same thing. He got a realtor, and they kind of talked up a little script. And it was true. I mean, stuff about, that he's been lending for 20 years. He's been pre-approved. He's got the money. It's seasoned. There's no way he's going to be turned down at the last second. Mm-hmm. And basically went over this for about a half an hour with the realtor prior to the realtor calling the listing agent, and went over all that, and they got the deal.
Yeah, you can't underestimate the confidence that will come across, particularly in a phone call. You can write it in an email, but professionals will make the phone call, and the other realtor will hear it.
Right.
And the other realtor will double check the facts too. They won't just go on that, but it'll give them incentive to check it, that the funding's strong, that the people are who they say they are.
Right.
And many times the person selling the house, maybe they want it cash, or maybe they don't really care. They just want to know that it happens, and they're going to trust their realtor, the listing realtor, to make it happen.
Right. So are there a lot more buyers out there now than there are listings? I know that's kind of a trick question, because I know the listings are down.
Yeah.
Right. The number of houses that are listed for sale are down. The numbers of houses that are selling are going up. The values are going up.
The numbers of houses that are selling?
Aren't there? More houses selling month over month?
Slightly, yes.
Okay. I just made that up. I was just testing you to see if that's true or not.
That's low. It's still down.
Because the numbers, because the inventory is down.
The inventory is down, which is the numbers of houses selling, basically, yeah.
And the values are going up. So somebody lost their home 3 years ago, and they're ready to buy again. And they're just desperate to get that 3% rate, the 3.25% rate, or whatever even if they have poor credit, they're going to get 4.5 or 5, right? Which is still a smoking deal.
They need to have some down payment, a strong offer with some down payment, and a good loan officer that's going to back them up.
Right.
Sure.
What's the top 3 or 4 things that they should know right now as a realtor? I mean, besides having a good realtor, preparing a buyer.
Before a buyer starts, they need to get pre-qualified. I suggest they talk to more than one lender.
Oh, really?
Oh, sure.
So get several different pre-qual letters?
Because, one, you're shopping for a big investment. This is bigger. It's going to cost you as much as a car or more. Why would you not shop?
So the first thing the lender is going to say, and don't get me wrong, I love lenders. I've got 20 years in lending. We have lenders on here. But the first thing the lender says is, don't shop around. It ruins your credit. Just come with me. I'll make sure you get the best rate. So you're saying shop it around, get a couple.
And you do it all in a similar time frame, so you're not going 1 month, one lender, one another.
So
that's 4 at a time.
That's called the shotgunning rule. So if you go to a car lot, they're going to send your app out to several different banks. Just as long as you go with 7 days or 14 days or something like that, it counts as one.
You need to check it.
Yeah, it counts as one inquiry, or you get multiple inquiries, but it doesn't lower your score like you had multiple inquiries. Just as long as it's in the same industry. Auto finance, banking, mortgage, that sort of thing. So you can shop around. So that's a good point. So shop around
and get a lender that knows how to work the system, not illegally, but they know how to make the story, make the sale, go through all the way through the multiple levels of different realtors, all the way to and get the story to the person buying the house, selling the house. Sure.
Right.
But yeah, so get that straight, make sure that's solid, and then understand the market. Use the tools that the realtor can give you, the searches on MLS, and you'll see soon where you're going to fall. And many times the expectations are up here, reality's down there, but you can find a place that you can play.
Right.
There are other organizations too. One of my clients is working with Chicanos por la Casa.
Sure, CPLC. We had one of the directors here several months ago, CC San Diego. Wonderful organization.
And they provide another alley, not a back door, but another way to get into the market that you can't do without them. So I would highly recommend that.
It's funny that you brought that up, because next week we're actually going to have somebody, not from Chicanos por la Casa, but from another entity that does down payment assistance. Mm-hmm. And I'm amazed at how much money is actually out there, whether it's state, federal, city, county, whatever, $10,000 to $30,000, sometimes more money as a silent second. They just give it to you. You have to qualify, like you have to be a household with 5 kids or a single parent and making X amount of money, that sort of thing, and then you might get the money, and it's free money.
Yeah.
So it's good stuff. So it doesn't. So you need to have a realtor to look into that. So do you check all that for your client, depending on where they're looking for, or is that the lender's job?
It's the lender's job. My job is to get the clients with lenders that know how to do that, because that's their job to do all day long. There's no way one
subject matter expert, right?
Certainly. So putting the right team together.
Right. Now, how many realtors do you have at your firm?
10, 12, depending on the flow. But generally, it's that.
Want to talk a bit about Toma Partners? I know you're here several months ago, and I thought the story was just wonderful, and I kind of read up on you guys on the website again, where Ben and Mihai Toma came from and their background, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, the story is amazing, and that's what always intrigued me about the family, even before I was in business with them. But the story of the Toma family, and also of many immigrants to the country.
Sure.
Which is in my family also 2 generations back. And then I actually heard a statistic that if you're an immigrant to the country, you have a 10 times better chance to be a millionaire.
Really?
Yeah. But I mean, for me, I was born in New Hampshire. That wasn't an option. But
I don't understand that.
You don't really?
The drive, come here for the American dream, and you push harder.
Yeah,
gotcha.
You have the drive.
You don't take anything for granted.
Right.
You cherish everything you
work
get.
together in communities, which is a big deal for us.
Hurt my wrist, so the pain pills are clouding me a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, I married an immigrant to help me move that way. My wife's from Germany.
Oh.
So that helps.
So you're half German.
Some people say, but
your better half, right?
My kids for sure are.
Yeah.
But no, but the whole story of people working together, a whole community working together, family, people that you can trust, and it's a great environment for agents,
right?
And for our clients,
right? So you guys are family owned. So how many actual family owned realty firms are there out there? Is that a rarity in this day and age? Because mostly people think of the Brand X, you see all the commercials, that kind of thing.
I think that the Toma Partners is the only family-owned realty firm that's in the radio station right now.
I'm going to have to agree with you.
You're right.
I'm going to have to agree. Yeah. That is awesome.
So yeah, and they're just dynamite to work with.
Yeah, seem like good people.
So the whole thing about Toma Partners is it's about where you're coming from and where you're going, right? So the Toma family were landholders and successful 2 generations back in Romania. What happened though when the communism came in, they actually didn't lose that. They lost their land. They succeeded within that system, but they knew there was a limit. So they gave up everything. I mean, everything, left, came to this country, and started over again. So
was Ben and Mihai born over in Romania?
That's true.
Really? No kidding.
I think Ben was 12. He's the older brother.
No kidding.
He brought himself and a few other siblings over.
So English, second language, and these guys came over from Romania. And now, I can tell you, folks, I've been in their office off the Biltmore and the Camelback Corridor. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, they're genuinely nice and just sincere and quiet and unassuming guys.
Yep. So yeah, that's the story. But more important, I think, is where we're going as a firm is to build that same generational kind of interest into the organization. So we're caring about not this year's numbers, which are certainly important in next year, but we don't have to answer to stockholders. Instead, we're building a business that's going to take care of our kids and our kids' kids that they can be proud of and with the same name.
Now, when you say that, do you own into the business, or you?
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody who. Okay.
Not everybody. I have a part owner of the business too.
Outstanding. Yeah, when you look at the website, I see looks like cousins, sisters, brothers, the website designer, the IT guy, the whatever. They're all related, which is kind of cool.
It is very cool, and again, it gives you a feeling of trust and confidence that things will get done, because everybody has a stake in the game, right?
Right. Yep. Did you bring some stats with you? You want to talk about some of the numbers? I know you probably know that off the top of your head. How's general Maricopa County doing in general? Is Joe playing with your photo there, putting high def
no,
on
I'm
you
just
there?
strategically putting the swags on.
There you go. It's brand placement.
So
right
when we
there.
do talk about it,
brand placement.
So I didn't come. I wanted to bring some stats, but in fact, I was looking at some on Friday before I had a nice trip to the Grand Canyon. By the way,
that's right. How did that go? Yeah,
it was amazing.
So Mr. Garland here did the rim to rim. Is that what it's called? Is there one trail?
There's one main trail.
That's called the rim to rim. So you started on the north rim, went to the south rim with a bunch of little Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts.
Boy Scouts.
That's
not a trip for Cub Scouts.
No. Oh yeah, it's pretty.
You have to be at least an Eagle Scout on that one.
Yeah. So no donkeys, no ATVs, just hoofing it.
It's an amazing trail.
I bet.
I mean, just like you see in the movies, against the cliff, the path goes back and forth, 3 feet
No
wide,
kidding.
3 feet wide, 3 feet wide, all the way
Do you have to
down.
wear like repelling gear and all that stuff?
No.
Parachute?
You're repellent by the time you get at the top, I'll tell you that.
At
Oh
least
my
a
gosh,
parachute,
yeah.
right?
It's
Yeah.
pretty nasty. But
So do you camp at the bottom?
you can. And actually, they have
Wait,
cabins at
wait.
the bottom you can rent.
No kidding. So do you go from top to the bottom in one day?
Yeah.
Is that what you did?
Yeah, that's the marathon type of thing to do.
No
It's 23
kidding.
miles.
Holy moly.
You did that in one day?
You know what's crazy,
This
though?
guy's my new hero.
Well, let me
This
tell
guy's
you
like an
what-
Army Ranger.
That's
So-
awesome.
I did it once, right? Now I get the check mark, and it was nice, and I enjoyed the experience. But there's people that do it all the time. There's people
That's
that
just like their weekend
5 hour-
hiking.
Yeah,
Like they get up in the morning at 5 a.m. I'm going to do the 20.
they have all the electronics, the little skin tight suits. You know, the ripples in their stomach, the many ripples. You
You're
know,
talking about me again.
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
Camelback.
I thought you were talking about me.
Like Camelback. I've been doing Camelback the last couple Sundays, and I can tell you, there's guys that run up and down before I even get to the top. They've done
Right.
it 2.5 times.
So look, it took me 11 and a half hours to go from rim to rim. These guys go across the canyon up and down in 5 hours. So
That's
talking about-
amazing.
yeah, and then they'll sleep there that night and come back the next day.
Did you bring supplies, or do you just do this kind of bareback?
You do it more. The less supplies, the better. The less you have to carry, right? You bring your water, and there's a lot of actually water on the route. You bring some food, and
What do you mean there's
couple
water on the
Band-Aids.
route? There's like
there are 4 or 5 stations along the way where there's drinking water. There's little
Stations?
not communities, but the national park has cabins, and I think 2 places you can sleep overnight in a little cabin. They have like a little cantina and things.
you
like
actually cross the river.
that. Oh, they have the bridge on the Colorado River, big river, right? They have a footbridge, suspension footbridge, just for this trail.
Like this.
So you can't drive across it. It's only this big. Yeah, this. But it's well-made suspension bridge. Very
I remember.
cool.
I remember when I did that hike. I requested that they have one of those
Wheelchair?
the camp things every 30 feet.
Yeah.
But I don't think they did that.
No. But
Oh,
any
it was
fair.
awesome.
Anybody get hurt or anything? I mean, nobody fell down or.
No, I mean that was I didn't sleep the night before.
I bet.
I
I
kind
wouldn't
of
be able to do
embarrassed my
that.
son, right? You know what could be worse? Your dad has to be helicoptered out of the Grand
Yeah,
Canyon.
no kidding.
But I made it. So it
How
was
many
an awesome
kids
trip.
went?
We had our group. We had about 6 kids and 6 adults, something like that.
Oh. See, I wouldn't be able to do that just because of the liability. I would just freak out the entire way. You know, it just would not. I would just be frantic the whole way. Couldn't do that. Just not my temperament.
Yeah,
Little
there's
kids.
people. I'll tell you, you've been on Camelback though on a weekend. You know
Right.
how busy it is. That's how busy it is here
Oh,
on Columbus Day.
talking about
weekend.
kids, I've seen dudes, guys or gals with the little backpack with the kid in the back of it, and they're hiking
Oh,
up and
yeah,
down the
yeah.
hill. Holy moly! I slip every couple feet. I feel like barfing every couple feet. I'm drinking water. I'm eating my bananas. I'm eating my power bars, and these guys are just hoofing up, talking. I'm like,
Yeah.
you can walk and talk at the same time. I can't do that. That's impossible.
It's nuts.
So, but yeah, just even after the second time, I feel 1,000 times better. So I'm sure the third time I'll, do it faster.
But
and
I'll tell you
not
what,
stop
if
as
you're
much.
not a glutton for punishment, like if you have a little more normal enjoyment of life, then
Right.
go to Havasupai Falls, which is at the other end of the Grand Canyon, but it's just got a natural.
That's what I've been
beauty
wanting
you
to do. That's
cannot beat.
one of the most photographed places in the country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a beautiful place. So I went there a month ago too. So I'm done my hiking now for this year.
Nice. What are some of the other things you're going to be giving away tonight?
All right. So the most valuable thing we have today is a time with Nat, who's our in-house
2
lawyer.
free consultations with an
2
attorney.
free consultations.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And he will for real estate, and he will just give a tremendous amount of value that normally you'd have to pay for.
So again, to qualify for that, you just have to be an Arizona homeowner or a realtor with a client that needs that help.
yeah, you need peace of mind, clarity on what to do, particularly with short sales or strange, ownership issues.
Right.
He's the guy to talk to.
Sure.
So that's the most valuable. On the other end, we have these high-tech Toma Partners mugs, and they look just like any other mug. But what you don't notice is a little chip that's under here. That it will, if you put hot liquids in, it will keep it hot, and if we put cold liquids in, it will keep it cold, and it knows which one because of that.
No
microchip.
kidding.
Yeah. They used to call it thermal mugs, but this has a little chip too that accelerates that.
Wow. Did you
Which
bring an
is
extra one
actually
for me and Joe?
Which is actually a story I just made up, but they are a nice mug. Yeah. So, I do,
Very
of
nice.
course,
T
'cause
for-
I
T for
wanted
Tom. I like
Joe
that.
to be updated on the latest.
I
Yeah.
like that. Very cool. Outstanding. So one more time on the phone number. We've got a caller right now, but it's 480-745-1033. Please call in and ask a question regarding real estate or investments.
So here's what happens. When you call in, obviously we can't ship these through the phone. So when they call in and win something, They can shoot me an email with all their info, so I don't have to spend 20 minutes taking all that down.
Perfect.
And then they can arrange to either come here or I'll send that to them.
Or they can stop by our office in
or
the
they
Biltmore.
can stop by the office in the Biltmore. Either way. That was Perry from Globe.
Nice.
He's with Century 21, and he watches weekly.
Oh, Perry, thank you for
great
watching.
Show.
Well, thank you, Perry. Appreciate
and,
that.
Perry, we will have a prize for you. And like I told Perry to shoot me an email, he's going to do that with his contact info. And there we go.
Awesome. And Perry
Excellent.
from C21, if you have any suggestions on some guests, I've got somebody from Down Payment Assistance coming next week, and I've got a HUD specialist coming the week after to talk about the secrets of buying and selling HUD homes.
That's a big deal.
I'm looking forward to that. And she's like top 10 agent in the country. She's like 30-something years old, and she's got her own billboard. So that's pretty cool. So tell us some of the stuff. I know you guys are recruiting, too. I know you wanted to talk about that a little bit. Is that recruiting, hiring agents?
Yeah, we're definitely looking to expand our name, our brand, our business through quality agents, and we're looking for people that already have proven experience, that are looking for a place where they can feel confident that we're going to have their backside, we're going to support them. We have some unique offerings for quality agents like that too.
Right. Well, good. Tell us some of the differences. Why would they go to a small family-owned boutique type firm versus a C21 or Brand X Realty Executives? And we have all types of realtors here.
Right.
So I'm not knocking small versus big, but they all have their story to tell, and it's the pros and cons that you have to weigh in your own life, what you want to do. So what are some of the things you would tell people that you're sitting in front of, that you're at the grocery store and you see a guy that has a C21 badge on, you say, hey, I'm with Toma Partners. Let me tell you a little bit about our firm. What's your elevator speech?
We have 3 differentiators, Tom. It's a good question, by the way.
Thank you. I thought I toss and turn all night thinking of that one.
You did good.
I did. Thank you.
No, I mean, the first one, again, and I'll come back to it, is the family atmosphere, the family philosophy, the thinking of generational, not just the next transaction.
Right.
And that pervades our whole
it feels like a beautiful living room when you walk into your place. It does. It feels like a very nice grand entrance living room. There's a cute little gal up front with just the cutest little voice.
She's amazing, yeah.
I just love her. I just like listening to her voice. Offers you an espresso or a latte when you walk in. I look at her and go, that's so cool.
And we try to take that whole experience. That's branding, right?
It is branding. It is.
You learn that at grad school. You learn that at Fortune 500 companies, at Nike's.
Yeah.
We take that same quality and try. Yeah. And I think we do a good job of putting it through everything we do.
I think you
whether
do
it's
too.
the design of the cups, the design of the office, our experience with agents, and our experience with our clients. So that so the family-owned, the quality experience. And then we have flexibility. Because we're smaller, we have flexibility. We're not locked into a McMack kind of realty plan. We have different plans depending on what's right for that realtor.
When you say flexibility, you're talking about how they're compensated?
How they're compensated and what we can provide to them. So some places charge you to have a desk there for so much a month or whatever. Some it's 10%, some other different percentages. But we also offer plans where we can do staging for luxury now, because that's a focus for us.
I thought that was kind of cool. So you guys can actually, if one of your agents gets a listing saying DC Ranch, Greyhawk, or Turin or whatever, and the home's vacant, it's sitting there, you will actually go in there, stage the property.
Exactly. We have crews that staging crew, and then we also have a fix-up crew, or several actually.
No cost to the agent, or is there a small cost that comes out of the?
It will vary with the plan.
Sure.
And plan, and they're not locked into a plan forever. But
that can be expensive, right?
It can be expensive.
Yeah.
But we know, we've done the numbers and we know where we are. And it's an intelligent conversation. It's not, nobody's trying to get over on one or the other, but we say this is a plan we have. And agents in that are experienced, they'll understand that. And they get it. And we'll do it from, accelerated marketing, the staging, and also brochures too. Could I grab a brochure?
Grab a brochure. Absolutely. So Mike's grabbing a brochure there.
And let's talk about our caller that just called in. Leslie from Phoenix said, I would love the contact information because I have a friend who's looking, qualified, and I think she would be a perfect fit for your company. And that was Leslie from Phoenix. And Leslie, just make sure you send me that email. Leslie was not interested in an attorney consultation, but she was interested in something from the Toma.
Leslie, thank you for calling in. Leslie, if you know any neighbors or families or friends that may be upside down or losing their home through a foreclosure or a short sale, mention this, and have them call in later. If we don't give away 2, let's let it roll for 1 week.
Absolutely.
So we'll mention it through next Tuesday. So
I mean, until somebody needs them,
if you decide to call back, please do. We're here to help people. This is what the show is about, to provide information and to help folks that are out there. So you just mentioned a second ago that through accelerated marketing. Tell us about that. What does that mean?
Marketing a home that you have listed that entails a lot of things. Is web marketing. How do you get it out to market? How do you present it physically? And there's many ways, so I'm not going to go into them tonight, but This would be one example. One of the leading realtors in town, I put yellow paper over their name, but you can see by the amount of yellow papers that their name is a lot of places on this one piece of.
So that's a piece
marketing.
You guys created?
No, this is a piece of another luxury realtor, and a very successful one too.
Okay.
This would be a similar one for us, where we market. Is this good for the camera placement, or?
You know what? If Tom had it, it'd be better.
So you take a look at that brochure, for example.
God, that is absolutely beautiful. You do this for every home?
For our luxury homes, million plus.
Wow.
So instead of an 8.5 piece of cardboard, we've had our in-house graphic designer go ahead and design a special piece. Well, those pieces will be different shapes and sizes depending on.
So this is a client's house.
Mm-hmm. Take a look at the photography too.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We don't take our shots with our little cell phones. We
Does
have professional
Joe do that?
photographers come in.
He does do that.
Joe does those?
He for this firm, but he does it for
Joe the photographer.
Yeah,
you were talking about him.
Yeah,
we haven't used him yet.
He does you should. He does a wonderful. I like helping people out that have been on the show. He does a wonderful job.
Definitely show that on the camera real quick, would you?
Yeah, and just to get back to Joe for just one quick second here, Joe has done homes that I've helped do them flyers for off of Mummy Mountain, that area back in there, off in PV, homes that have sat for a year, and we've gone in there and done professional photography, and then the homes have sold quicker. I don't know what the odds or what the numbers are, but a lot of people look online before they even call the realtor too. So,
so that just to give you an idea on that one there, we don't slam our name all over that piece, right? That piece is about the home because we're trying to sell the home. We're not trying to market. We're trying to market our company, but
that's
the
secondary.
Focus is on the phone. On the home.
Right. I like that. That's
awesome. One of many pieces, but that gives you an idea.
Yeah. Let me throw out the phone number one more time. We're going to go to a break real quick here and kind of honor our sponsors that help the show here. But the phone number here at KQCK Live in the studio is 480-745-1033, and we hope that you go out there and check out the sponsors. So we'll see you in about 90 seconds. Thank you, everybody. Be back in a minute.
Are you ready to start taking control of your future and maximize your earning potential? Central Arizona College has smaller class sizes and personalized attention to help you compete in today's tough job market. CAC now serves Santan Valley and Queen Creek. The CAC Santan Center is located in the shops at Copper Basin on Hunt Highway, behind Barrow's Pizza. Stop in and see how taking classes at CAC costs a fraction of a state university, and your credits can transfer. So, if you want to earn real money, you need to learn real skills at Central Arizona College. Enroll in classes today by calling 480-677-7825 or visit www.centralaz.edu or call 480-677-7825 or visit www.centralaz.edu. Central Arizona College, your way. Are you having plumbing or septic problems? No worries. Call Cartwright's Queen Creek Plumbing and Septic Service. Been in the Valley since 1996. Family owned and operated. Proudly serving East Valley and surrounding areas. With a full range of services from drain cleaning, septic tank pumping, general maintenance and repairs, inspections for the sale of your home. They provide excellent and courteous service for all your plumbing and septic needs. We're not satisfied till you are satisfied. Licensed, bonded, and insured. Call today. Cartwright's Queen Creek Plumbing and Septic Service. Contact Denise at 480-987-8051. That's 480-987-8051.
Hello, everybody. This is In the Know with Tom Diller. You've joined us at KQCK Live in beautiful Santan Valley. And I'm surprised, Joe, you didn't say anything when I said Santan Valley was the suburb of Queen Creek and the gateway to Eloy.
No, it kind of went over my head there.
Oh.
We're actually in the Santan foothills here from what I found out.
Is that the name of the town? Or the
that's
area?
where we are here. We're in unincorporated Pinal Island stuff.
So how well do you know your neighbors? Like,
I don't.
You don't?
No.
I can imagine that. And probably the people move out here not because they need to be neighborly.
They get my pamphlet when they move in, and that instructing them of our rules, and then
don't touch the animals, don't feed the animals.
That's about it.
Watch out for the radioactive antennas coming out of your house over there.
Right. Yeah. Stop, or I'll start getting letters.
Hey Tom,
nothing radioactive comes out of here.
Except for that glowing thing on your neck. What the hell is that? Oh, what the heck is that?
That hurts. Thank God I'm facing this way, huh?
Can we put the camera on your
neck?
No,
we cannot. I get bit by a wasp. I'm allergic to them, and
it is.
You want to touch it, Tom?
It's throbbing.
I'm not even going to look that way.
I think it's got its own little brain.
What?
It's got its own blood supply.
Oh my God.
It's like pulsating. Do you see it? Look at it.
Oh, you're kidding.
You're not going to
turning that way.
You're not going to want to eat dinner tonight because it is pulsating.
Oh my God! I'm not turning that way.
It's pretty dang gross.
It's actually a special effect, actually.
So
it's got its own veins.
You asked me about things going on in the market. One thing that's very cool is Arizona, I think, is stepping up its outreach to bring in new people, right? And maybe they've always been doing that, but certainly it's very active. I was
out of state,
and globally, and to help companies export globally, and just bring us more into the global.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm on the board of the Asian Real Estate Association of America. Believe it or not, I'm on like 4 or 5 different boards, and I'm on that board. And there's a tremendous amount of Chinese and Taiwanese money coming in here. You would never think that, but there is tons of money because it's a lot. I don't want to say cheaper for them to buy here, but it's the same thing as you look at Canadians that buy here. You take the exchange rates in consideration, the taxes, all that type of stuff, set up LLCs and you buy properties. So
I was at a group last night. There was a trade show for Arizona International Growth Group. That's what it's called, AZG. And there were people from all over the world. And I met actually someone from the Chinese Chamber of Commerce that's here in town. And I think it's the Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
And as well as a guy who had just come back from somebody, I forgot his name, John Lee or something, but he just come back from China But he said they've been placing tens of millions of dollars into the real estate market.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? I mean, you just never know where the money's coming from. But so you got to ask the question: is it good money? It doesn't matter where it comes from. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's buying the properties. And some people will probably argue that it might. I think it's good for properties to be bought up.
I see a tremendous benefit because these people, if they're going to buy them to rent them, they know they got to fix them up. So
sure.
Houses that are 30 years old that are basically trashed, they're getting new.
So they're
roofs.
helping the neighborhoods.
They're helping the neighborhoods. Putting granite countertops, new roof, new foundation, whatever.
I agree. Actually, you mentioned the chamber, and I went to a chamber event at Wild Horse Pass a couple months ago, and it was unbelievable different types of chambers. I mean, the African American chamber, I'm not what they call it exactly, the Hispanic chamber, of course, the Hispanic Real Estate Association, the Indian chamber, the Hawaiian stuff. I mean, of course, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but there was probably 20 different chambers I never knew existed.
Sure. And those are tight communities, too. And people, again, that have trust from over time.
Exactly.
Intergenerational.
Certainly there's a lot of realtors there because these were people that were coming in and buying. So we've got like 4 calls in a row.
And we've got Cindy, and I didn't ask where Cindy was from, on the line right now. Just wanted to make a comment.
Excellent. Cindy, how you doing? Thank you for calling.
Oh, hey, I just wanted to let you know that I listen to your show every Tuesday, and I just wanted to thank you. It's very informative, and I just wanted to say thanks.
You're welcome. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for calling, and we appreciate that. And what do you think about Joe's big thing on his neck?
You know what, Tom? I'm going to come over there and slap you right on the air.
Cindy, we love you. Thanks for calling.
Are you getting Cindy a mug?
Cindy, would you like a mug, or do you have a friend in need for a free consultation with an attorney? A homeowner?
Actually, you know what? I have a sister who needs more information on that.
Okay, you know what? So you won the first giveaway, and it's a 1-hour consultation with an attorney at Toma Partners. He's actually not. Is he working with Toma's?
He offices with us. He has his own practice. His name is Nat Nicoli.
Yeah, met him. Very, very nice guy. So, Cindy, make sure you email Joe. You want to contact information?
I'll give her that off the air, my contact information. So don't hang up, Cindy. And thank you so much for listening and calling in.
No problem.
You. Thank you. That's awesome. So that's a cool little arrangement then. So he's actually there, and he's like, is he the general counsel for the Toma Partners also, or he just offices there and you guys just utilize the services?
I would say it's probably the second.
Yeah.
And we're growing to get to know each other. We've known each other for years, but as far as working relationship, it's developing now.
Right.
We're finding a lot of ways that we can help each other. He has a lot of clients that have real estate needs too. It's worked out quite well for us.
Right.
And again, we trust him.
Right. That's awesome. So back to these mugs that earlier Mike Garland over here said that these have chips in them that knows whether it's hot or cold fluid in there. We took one apart during the break, and we did not find a chip in there, so I think I got a defective one. So there's really not a chip in there, is there?
Well, it's not defective because it works as promised.
It does. It keeps things cold.
Obviously,
it keeps things
there's
hot.
no chip that would do that. You'd need a refrigeration unit or something like that to actually
The
heat
whole
up.
thing's not there's not like coils inside of here or anything. But it is a beautiful
But it
mug.
still works. It still does
work.
what it promised.
You know, you brought out some more collateral that you guys use, and I'm just, I was never a fan of brown, but whatever this color brown is
like a red
very
hue,
rich and just looks great. And whoever does your marketing, is that you?
That's done.
No?
These are designed by Anna Toma, who is the wife of Ben, who's a designated broker.
Oh, no kidding.
And she's an award-winning graphic designer.
No kidding.
Designers, won some
This
Addy,
is just
Addy
absolutely
awards.
beautiful piece. Yeah.
And she
Addy
designs.
Awards, huh?
We get compliments. We have a name badge. I didn't wear it. I'll be at an event and people will come up and compliment me on our name badge. Like, you think about something so insignificant as that, but that's how we communicate the brand through things. Every little piece. These pens, for example. We don't just present a pen, but we have a case. We ordered the special. We went through I don't know how many pens to decide the look and feel for this.
Right. So that's just kind of cool. And a lot of people may not be thinking about this, but you guys think of all the small things. To me, that adds up to big things. So you guys thinking about all the little tiny elements that should be part of the entire experience of buying or selling a home, which I think is a cool deal. You're not just after one guy to buy or sell or to help with their transaction. You're not looking for a transaction. You're looking for long-term customers. And the referrals that come with that.
We're looking to etch a deep brand, a deep impression of quality, particularly again for high-end homes where people, everything they touch, they've already had quality, whether it's their knives or their countertops or their curtains or the fabric that they've already had time to think through quality, and we want to be one more piece in their life. That.
One more piece in their life. That is awesome.
You like that?
I do like that. That should be your tagline.
That is a great line. One more piece in your life. That's what everybody needs.
I think we'll change that topic.
Joe, turn a little bit this way so I don't look at that throbbing.
Tom, you know what?
I think it's got eyes in a mouth now.
Yeah,
dude, it's got dude, I see a little hand coming out of there.
It's funny you said that.
A little hand coming out of there.
It's funny you said that because I'm so self-conscious now. When I hung the phone up, I scratched it with my fingernail. I'm like, you're killing me here, Tom.
I'm
getting you back for this.
Running down the side.
You are such a liar, but I'm going to walk away anyway.
I'm not going to mention the big long hair coming out of it.
Can I have a big hug, Tom?
I'm going to hug you. Sorry about that.
Oh
no
man!
problem. As long as you're happy, that's what.
I'm always happy. I enjoy what I do here. Let's see. We've got about 15, 16 minutes. Time is flying faster, and I know we've taken about a dozen calls or half a dozen calls. So please, again, if you want to call in, we have one more free consultation to give away, a couple of coffee cups, some beautiful pens. 480-745-1033. Tell us about yourself. What's your background? Where'd you come from?
Where'd
you come from, Mike?
See, he didn't prepare me for this question.
No, but you do have a pretty cool background. So let's hear about that.
I grew up in the great state of New Hampshire. It was probably as conservative. It was at one time as conservative as Arizona is. So the motto for the state on the license plate: "Live free or die."
Yeah.
And so that I think they still have that, though it's been changing over time after I left. And I went to school in Boston. Went in the army in Germany looking for a nice German girl to marry.
You went there specifically for a German girl?
Mm-hmm. And I didn't find one.
No?
But I came back here.
And found a German girl here?
In Glendale, Arizona, of all places.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Very
it
nice.
is. It's been great. So,
I don't know if I told you, my dad's German-Norwegian.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I knew I liked you. I didn't know why.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a mutt. I'm a mix of a bunch of different things.
German-Norwegian.
I think his mom didn't even speak English. There were farmers in Minnesota. They came over, and he was born here, I believe. Bunch of brothers and sisters, and they all went in the Army and Navy.
Amazing. Yeah. So, I mean, all my in-laws, they speak German. They're, the whole family's over there. So Christmas is pretty easy. We don't have to go back and forth between houses. It's just one family to be with.
Nice.
But and then I've been in marketing for years in the Valley. Went to Thunderbird grad school.
Right.
And I just saw Sandra Day O'Connor. If you know.
Sure, absolutely.
So I've heard of her and never saw her speak, but she spoke at Thunderbird grad school just a week ago.
Very
about,
nice.
what she's doing, and took all sorts of questions.
Yeah.
What was amazing about
We've
her?
got her coming on the show.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
No kidding.
I was just
Look at you.
I was just talking to someone today about it.
You amaze me all the time.
And Barry Goldwater.
No, coming here to the studio.
I think it's Junior.
Barry
though.
Junior.
Yeah, Junior.
Oh,
It'd be tough to get the other one in. Anyway,
the impersonator,
that's fine.
Barry Jr. The impersonator.
yeah,
Goldwater
it's-
revisited.
Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine. But Sandra Day O'Connor, amazing woman. So
Yeah.
that'll be, if anybody listening, that'll be a great show.
Yeah.
And she was spry as can be. I'm not sure how old she is, but I mean, she's been in Supreme Court. She was there for 25 years. And
Right,
that was years
right.
ago. She retired. And she was a guest of Barbara Barrett, who's now the acting president of Thunderbird.
Right.
And
Right.
incredible lady herself. So
Very
that
cool.
was I don't know how I got there. Oh, because anyway.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You talked about graduating from Thunderbird
Right.
School. And we had another caller here that Joe wants.
I have to say this is probably the most interesting call I've ever had to date.
Ever.
The caller's name is Rasa from Senegal, Africa.
Nice.
I just wanted to say, love the show, want to visit the U.S.
Very
Great.
cool.
Apparently he's a friend of mine on Facebook.
Send us some photos where you're at. I'd love to see the photos where you're at.
I
Thank you
would
for
love
being
to
our
see that.
international guest and friend of In the Know with Tom Diller on KQCK. That's wonderful. And I know you have 40-some-odd thousand
Now I'm going to
friends
check my friends here. And see.
on Facebook. Yeah, pull it up.
Well,
That's
yeah.
great. So thank you so much for listening and calling in. And hopefully this gives you a piece of Arizona and what we're doing over here. But
I met guys yesterday from Ghana, from Somalia, 2 other African countries.
Wow.
At that global business show. It was
no
interesting,
kidding.
yeah.
That's very cool. Very cool. Back to your background. How did that lead into real estate?
I had there's a book by what's his name, Collins, The Good to Great or something like that.
Sure.
I think, and there was a statement on there. It's like when you have a company or an endeavor or whatever,
The right seat on the bus.
you get the right people on the bus, and then you figure out where you're going, right? So
I've read that. I've got that book in my car right now.
So
seriously,
I knew the Toma family, and we've known them for several years. And I always said, "Boy, it'd be great to be in business with these guys."
Right.
But I never was in real
Right.
estate. The opportunity came. They asked me to come on board and work with them, and
Yeah.
I said, "Real estate was the first thing from my mind." But I knew I had the right people on the bus, right? And it's been a great ride. Ever
outstanding.
since.
Looks like we've got a caller that wants to be on
And
the air.
look at that. He really is a friend of mine on Facebook.
Very
now,
nice.
now we're chatting.
Oh, that is cool.
And you've got a caller on the line here, Tom.
caller, how are you doing? Thank you for calling.
You might want to turn your volume down just a little bit.
We can
'cause
hear
we're
about
hearing
4
an
echoes
echo.
there.
Whoa.
Hello there.
Hello there. Thank you for calling. Can you turn your radio or PC down on the back end? We can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. Thank you for calling.
Hi, I want to say, Mike, you're doing an awesome job.
Is that your wife?
I don't know. No, she doesn't have the German accent.
Oh.
True.
So what about Tom?
Mike
What kind of job is Tom
recruited
doing?
me to Toma Partners.
Oh, this is Angela. How are you doing, Angela?
Good.
It is Angela. She should
I
be on
wanted
this. You
to
should
say,
get her
Mike,
on the
you're
show.
doing a great job, and I'm so grateful that Toma Partners recruited me.
Outstanding. It seems like a great firm to work with. How good of a job is Tom doing?
Excuse me?
I
having a hard time
was
hearing.
pandering for you to say how great Tom is. Tom is awesome. I'm lip syncing. Tom
What a-
is
what
awesome.
a
He
great
rocks.
guy Tom
Love
is.
Tom. That Joe guy though.
Is a great guy.
So an interesting thing about Angela, I met Angela when I first started with Toma Partners in the real estate class. And I don't know about all real estate schools, but the one I was at, they had the chairs that they probably had been in a church, like the old church chairs.
Sure.
They'd probably been there 30 years, and then they brought them to the real estate school, and they'd been there 20 years. Hard, and you're sitting there for hours and hours.
Right.
But Angela and I hit it off right away, and I said, there's a girl with personality, pizzazz, and she just
Right.
cared about what she's doing. She's been appraising for 10 years or something like that. So she knew a lot about real estate, and she was driven to succeed, and she's been doing great.
Yeah. You still there, Angela? Angela, I
Hey,
think
I'm having a little hard
It's
time
hard to hear.
hearing you, but I just wanted to say that I never regret my decision to join Toma Partners.
outstanding.
All right. Well, hey,
I've been
Angela.
very successful and feel like a family, just as Mike is telling everybody out there, we are like a family, and it's a great
great feeling to go to work in the morning.
Wow.
That's good. Not everybody's happy with their job, so thank you for telling us that. And if there's any other agents out there,
I love your show, and I thank you for for always having great information to pass on.
Well, thank you for saying that. We appreciate that.
Thanks, Angela.
We love you for listening.
Bye-bye.
And thank you for all the transactions, by the way. Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah, she is one of those sweethearts that just has an aura about herself that's just caring. You can tell
I
she
could
just wants
feel
to
it
do the
through
right
the
thing.
phone.
Can you feel the aura?
Yeah.
I could, yeah.
That's the heat pulsating from your little Junior. We're going to call it Junior.
Have you seen Beetlejuice?
Dude, I can swear I can see like little fingers coming out of it.
This is my Halloween costume.
Pretty sure that's like baby.
I'm glad it's working.
Baby spiders coming out of there.
Wow.
Oh, that's gross. Oh, God. Baby spiders coming out of there. Nice.
I'm saving them for you.
I want to pop that in a minute.
Oh, I'm going to pop you in a minute.
So
what have you been doing lately?
Oh,
you're working out too, right?
New company. I'm working out. I'm seeing a trainer.
Yeah.
Twice a week.
Do you go there, or they come to your house? Or what?
I go there. Ed Kuntz, who is another realtor, kind of mentioned it, and I've never been to a trainer in my life, and I thought this time of my life I needed one just to kind of kick me in the butt. Went over there at 6 a.m. in the morning. There's this guy that's 50, looks like he's 30, built guy, and just what are we going to, just look at me over. This is what you need to do, this, and this, and you'll see it in 30 to some odd days. I've only been going for maybe 6 weeks. I can already feel it. So, yeah, I go twice a week, and that's it. And then I do some cardio on the off days.
You have to buy a lot of new shirt for your arms.
I thought I would never wear one of those kinds of shirts, but I bought a couple the other day. And I feel good. I look good because I look at myself all the time when I wear those shirts.
Yeah.
I just can't stop looking at myself.
Every time I see you, you're looking in the mirror. Yeah, I see that.
No, not at all. But
cool.
yeah, and then we were talking about Camelback, and that's why I started hiking, because I wanted to get in shape. And literally probably a couple years ago, I probably couldn't even walk a quarter mile. I just was in such a bad shape. Just, you guys like you and I, A personalities, we work long hours, and we eat what we can find on the way to work, on the way home, on the way to the next appointment, right? It's a lot of junk food. So I'm doing fish almost every other night.
Nice.
Every other night. A lot of chicken, a lot of fish, some salads, and a lot of fruit. I think that's making a huge difference. So
there's a guy, he said, years ago, I heard some guy say, like, most people treat their body like if you had just imagine you had a nice quality racehorse, right? That could win you $1 million.
Right.
Well, maybe that's your body, right? You could go out and earn $1 million. But if you had a racehorse, would you feed it the stuff you feed yourself every day?
There's no way.
You have the high quality food, right?
Right.
Like from your neck down, you're worth like $8 an hour, and then from your neck up, that's where all your value is. But if you don't feed it, you got nothing, right?
Right.
And that always stuck with me. But I still went to McDonald's.
Yeah, me too. I stopped that, but that's what I've been doing. I've been working hard. New job for those that listened a couple weeks ago. My company was sold out to the second largest title company in the country, First American Title Insurance, and we actually had one of the sales managers, or the sales manager for the state, Scott Goddard, and we talked about the company and how prolific they are. They're Australia, Asia, they're everywhere. It's just amazing how big they are. But I work out of their corporate headquarters. That's First American Title Insurance, and it's just amazing at the scope of this company.
So where's the headquarters?
Well, here locally from Maricopa County, it's right off of Pima Center Drive, via Dave Ventura and 101, right back in there. A beautiful facility. Just I can't tell you how professional and how wonderful these folks are. And they hired maybe a little more than a dozen of our folks, and the rest all got jobs somewhere else because we're a small company and everybody knew everybody, so they kind of scattered and worked somewhere else. So, and we kept the best part of our short sale department over at First American, and we're still doing your Tomas and Angela's and all sorts of folks. And we had a couple more calls just now. And
Julie from Payson says, this is the 4th week watching. Great show. I'm in real estate and would love to get a mug or pen or something cool, and I'd also want to contact Tom. So if you can give out your contact info, Tom.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for asking. Thank you for listening for a few weeks in a row. We appreciate that. Here's my cell phone number, and I'll give you my email address too. But cell phone, 480-229-4624. 480-229-4624.
That's
email.
Something you rarely do, by the way, is give out your contact info.
I don't. I probably should do more of that.
I mean, with the base of realtors that are listening, you probably should.
Sure. And again, my background, and I don't talk about that much, but I've been in marketing for over 23 some odd years, both in lending and credit card. and then in the title and escrow world for 7+ years now. Actually, more than 7 years with one company, which was Guaranteed Title Agency. Again, that was just closed their doors just a couple weeks ago. But my email address is tdiller, TDILLER, at firstam.com, FIRSTAM.com. So look forward to your email and any comments you may have about the show, but thank you so much for calling in. We have about 5 more minutes here, and I just realized we didn't give out your contact information, so why don't you do that, how they can get a hold of you and Toma Partners, and what's your address, where you guys are located if they want to stop by and enjoy a latte or an espresso and just chat with you guys.
Nice.
It is a beautiful facility.
Do you ever get out?
I do. Once in a while, I'm allowed to leave the
we'll
compound
put some nice
here.
coffee in that mug. Bring the mug, too.
Perfect. I will.
Free refills with the mug.
Oh,
Same
nice.
day only. Same day
I
only.
was going to throw 59 cents into the thing, but for
Nice.
free, I'm there.
Yeah, we have our office is at 2200 East Camelback, right by the Biltmore area. Upstairs where John Kyle's office is. Right. So we have
I
good
see security
there.
guards down there sometimes.
Yeah, the SUVs are always there. And I went by there the other day. My daughter wants to meet John Kyle, and she came with me to work. So I said, hey, let's go down. He was there. The guys in the car said
They
he
let
was
you
there.
in?
They said, no, I'm going to have an appointment, 2 or 3 weeks out or whatever.
That's rude.
But I thought so, but he can do what he wants.
He can.
He's a short timer, too, anyway.
We just had him in a few weeks ago in studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a tremendous reputation.
Seems like a nice guy.
Yeah. You rock. You have so many cool people here, besides me and Mike.
Sure, I thought you were the only one, Tom.
Just the best, right? Top of the heap.
The rest of your contact?
Contact information, right. Toma Partners, tomapartners.com is the best way to reach us. From our website, we have a lot of great tools there. We have exclusive access to the Cromford Report. That's statistics that realtors use, and most realtors have to pay for it. We have an exclusive arrangement with them where we have access to that for our clients or anybody who goes to our website.
That's right on your website. You want to talk about that? Because Cromford is a well-known company that's run by Mike Orr, who actually is at ASU. You see him on TV all the time. Great guy. Tina Tambora's there. She's a great friend of ours.
Whenever you hear any study of real estate, they always reference Mike Orr in the Cromford Report.
Yeah, what's great about the Cromford Report, it's Maricopa only, so it's very highly focused about just this county. So it's good stuff.
So, that's at our website, tomapartners.com. There's a lot of other information for relocation. We're a member of the Arizona Relocation Council, Arizona Relocation Alliance, I'm sorry. Great organization that helps people move in and out professionally.
Right.
Phone number, 602-954-2000. 602-954-2000. That'll get you in our office, and we'll take care of whatever your needs are. And certainly, feel free to come by for coffee, but it's best to call ahead so we make sure we get everything set for you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. We have about 3 more minutes here. We had 2 more calls, so they want to be on air? No, they don't want to be on air, but looks like Joe took some notes.
Good. Just got a call from, let me get my notes here, Lou, has an office in Phoenix and Vancouver. He said he will be visiting and stopping by your office because he has 3 properties, one of which is in the Boulders.
Nice.
And he wants to bring by the paperwork and see if you can help him out unloading the 3 because he has moved permanently to Vancouver and he's closing his office down here in Phoenix, so he's going to be seeing you soon.
Great.
Lou,
Thanks,
thank
Lou.
you so much. That's great. Before you sell the Boulders, can we maybe hang out for the weekend
visit?
or something?
Yeah,
Do a
that's
little
a great
golfing
place
or
to do.
something.
Golf out there, huh?
Have a little party. So get the listing, and we'll have a couple parties over there.
We'll do that.
Totally kidding, Lou. We would never do that.
Was there another call or no?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you. Appreciate you coming back out again.
It's a pleasure. It is an hour to drive here.
But well worth it, right?
It was well worth it.
We're going to feed the animals after the show tonight, so that's part of the thing that we have to feed the animals.
Take some more pictures.
The alpaca. We have to feed Joe's neck. Some spider food.
Oh, you know what? I used to like you, Tom.
That teasing has become a bit of an obsession.
It is an obsession.
It really
of mine.
has, hasn't it?
I thoroughly enjoy it.
You need to seek some kind of professional help.
I think I do need professional help.
You're going to give him a complexion if you keep it up.
Oh, no, his complexion already doesn't need any help. It's throbbing.
Wow.
But, Mike, thank you for coming out. And you've been listening and hopefully watching to In the Know with Tom Diller on KQCK Live in beautiful Santan Valley. We're on every Tuesday night from 5 to 6 o'clock. Next Tuesday, we have somebody from Down Payment Assistance. And I apologize. Didn't get her bio before I got out here, but it should be a great show talking about money for down payment if you're purchasing in certain areas of Maricopa County. So we hope you listen in. Have a great evening. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. And we'll see you next week in the Know with Tom Diller.
Thanks for joining us today on In the Know with Tom Diller. We will always continue to strive to bring you the best in guests and to keep you informed on every facet of Arizona's volatile real estate market. Remember to tune in each and every week at 5 p.m. Arizona time exclusively on KQCK radio station. When it comes to real estate and more, be in the know.